Buried deep beneath the lush North Dakota countryside, the controls to the nation's deadliest weapons.
Welcome to our capsule, everybody.
Here at Minot Air Force Base, there are 15 launch control centers responsible for 150 nuclear missiles.
Red power switch is on.
The centers are manned in 24-hour shifts by officers typically in their 20s, awaiting a presidential order to launch.
And every single day you sign for control of 10 of the most powerful weapons known to mankind, you know, in the history of mankind, to be honest.
The Air Force says the nuclear mission is its top priority, but it's one struggling with several issues. The Associated Press has revealed problems with discipline, cheating on readiness tests, security, low morale, signs of a post-Cold War nuclear Air Force in disarray.
The worst thing for morale was probably the micromanagement.
Brian Whedon spent 5 years as a missileer, as the launch officers are called. There were huge expectations and a culture of perfection.
Really have your every single action scrutinized and minutely controlled by a squadron commander at the same time. I mean, that, to me, that was much more of a negative impact on the experience than just the stress by itself.
The two-star general who commands the nuclear missile force agrees and wants to change things for today's airmen.
The problem that we truly had was they weren't allowed to do their mission. You can't tell people they're important, that they're doing a nationally significant job, and at the same time you take away basic responsibilities that they have.
The Air Force is now pouring money and personnel into fixing some of the problems, which include aging infrastructure.
And you can see the very top of the missile right there.
The nuclear-tipped missiles, like this maintenance training version, have been updated over the years and kept ready to go on short notice. But the supporting equipment is simply old, in and out of the bunkers. Like the Huey helicopters used to ferry security personnel around Minot's missile fields. They date to the Vietnam War, and under current plans will likely keep flying through the decade. Underground, each missile, known as a big stick, stands ready, fueled and primed in silos across the prairie. For some, the allure of working with nuclear weapons is always there.
The very first time I did this job, it was so awe-inspiring to see that nuclear component sitting right there, and that I'm fortunate enough to be working on it, and that has never changed.
While missileers wait for a launch command that's never been given, they rely on some dark humor to keep them amused. The patch on the commander's chair says, "Party till you nuke." Sagar Meghani, Associated Press, Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota.